Prabhu. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanchari Yamuna Tira Vanchari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्यकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सत श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरण अरविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिला प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्यकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सत श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस शिला भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस ठाकुर गोस्वामी महाराज शिला प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नाम आचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से बोलो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की मायापुर नवदीप धाम की गंगा माई यमुना माई की तुलसी देवी भक्ति देवी की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gaura. Oh वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। नमो पंकजनाभाय नमो पंकजमालिने नमो पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रहे। So we are reading from Canto 7, Chapter 13, Text 44. Om Namo. आत्मानुभूताओ ताम मायम। आत्मानुभूतौ तम मायम जुहुयात सत्यदृन मुनि। जुहुयात सत्यदृन मुनि ततो निरीहो विरामेत। ततो निरीहो विरमेत स्वानुभूति आत्मनि स्थितः। स्वानुभूति आत्मनि स्थितः स्थितः। आत्मानुभूतौ तं मायं जुहुयत् सत्यदृन्मुनिः ततो निरीहो विरमेत स्वानुभूति आत्मनि स्थितः। आत्मानुभूतौ तं मायं जुहुयत् सत्यदृन्मुनिः ततो निरीहो विरमेत स्वानुभूति आत्मनि स्थितः। आत्मानुभूतौ तं मायं जुह्यत् सत्यदृन्मुनिः ततो निरीहो विरमेत स्वानुभूति आत्मनि स्थितः। Online, anyone? Ladies, yeah. Online?
Atmanitautam mayam Gyuyat sattadrin muni Katanriya vyamet Sanubhuti atmanistita.
Atma anubhutau. Self-realization. Unto self-realization, sorry. Tam, that. Mayam, the false ego of material existence. Juhuyat, should offer as an oblation. Satyadrik, one who has actually realized the ultimate truth. Munihi, such a thoughtful person. Tataha, because of this self-realization. Niriha, without material desires. Viramet, one must completely retire from material activities. Swa anubhuti atmani, in self-realization. Sthitaha, thus being situated. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charan Arvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. A learned, thoughtful person must realize that material existence is illusion. This is possible only by self-realization. A self-realized person who has actually seen the truth should retire from all material activities, being situated in self-realization. Purport. By an analytical study of the entire constitution of the body, one cannot surely come to the I'll start again. By an analytical study of the entire constitution of the body, one can surely come to the conclusion that the soul is different from all the material, from all the body's material constituents such as earth, water, fire, and air. Thus, the difference between the body and soul can be realized by a person who is thoughtful, Manishi or Muni. And after this realization of the individual spirit soul, one can very easily understand the Supreme Spirit Soul. If one thus realizes that the individual soul is subordinate to the Supreme Spirit Soul, he achieves self-realization. As explained in the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, there are two souls within the body. The body is called Kshetra, and there are two Kshetragyas, or occupants of the body, namely the Supersoul, Paramatma, and the individual soul. The Supersoul and the individual soul are like two birds sitting on the same tree, the material body. One bird, the individual, forgetful bird, is eating the fruit of the tree, not caring for the instructions of the other bird, which is only a witness to the activities of the first bird, who is his friend. When the forgetful bird comes to understand the Supreme Friend, who is always with him and trying to give him guidance in different bodies, he takes shelter at the lotus feet of that Supreme Bird. As explained in the yoga process, Dhyana vasthita tadgatena manasa pashyanti tam yoginaha. When one actually becomes a perfect yogi by meditation, he can see the Supreme Friend and surrender unto him. This is the beginning of Bhakti Yoga, or actual life in Krishna consciousness. Do you want me to read more? Or? Okay. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। Hare Krishna. So very blessed to be with all of you. Today morning I was hearing a lecture and I heard that the safest position to be in the material world is to be in the Srimad Bhagavatam class. So I thought, because when I started driving it was unsafe, my tire pressure was low. So I was thinking what to do. Then I pulled out to a gas station and got some air into the tires and then I started driving. So I was just meditating upon this low tire pressure. If the tire pressure is low, the car cannot go smoothly on the highway. It can go on internal routes here and there. So similarly, when our spiritual life is not nourished with hearing and chanting, then we can only be, devotees on the superficial level. But if it is very deep, then we can run on the highway. Whatever problems are coming in our life, whatever challenges, conflicts, we can handle them very smoothly. Srila Prabhupada, when he was in New Vrindavan, he looked at Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra and he says that our devotional life goes on two tires, two wheels. And those wheels are, one is Pancharatrika Vidhi, which is deity worship, which Narad Muni has told in details how to worship the deities. And second wheel is the Bhagavad Dharma. The Bhagavad Dharma is hearing and chanting of Srimad Bhagavatam, of the holy name. So on these two wheels, our spiritual life runs like a train. It runs on two wheels on a rail track. So I was meditating on this, that similarly the car tire pressure, when it is full, it is up to whatever measurements that are given by the car company, then it runs very smoothly. So similarly, we also follow these principles that Srila Prabhupada has provided us, so that our car of life can run very smoothly, whether it is highway or internal roads or whatever it is. So just a small reflection from this morning. So, and when we are talking about challenges in life, so whoever we are, wherever we go, whatever degrees we have, whatever money we have, wealth we have, but still we are going to face challenges. So we went to this national park. There is a lagoon, El Pajo or something. There is a lagoon near Torrey Pines. Near Encinitas. That's where we went. And the lagoon is where the river actually merges into the ocean. In that place, there is a small, nice trail and everything is there. So we went with the kids and one more family went with us together. So we are looking at these fish. There are some mullet fishes. Mullet fishes are like jump in the sky and they go down. They kind of frolic around. and there are ducks, mallard ducks are there, and there are herons. Herons, they catch the fishes, and they're baka. Baka is of the same family as Dravida Prabhu knows the entire family lineage of Bakasura. So, not ducks, herons. And I saw one bird that lunged into the water and picked up a fish and then flew away with the fish. So, at any moment, Maya can catch us, or temptations can catch us, for whatever we can get in a short time or whatever we cannot get. So, one lesson we can learn from here, that the fish was swimming very superficially on the surface of the water. That's how the bird caught it. But what if the fish was running deep inside the water? It is much safer there, right? So similarly in our life, there is so many attacks that will happen on us, so many challenges, conflicts, disturbances that will happen. But if we are deep inside the river, we are deep in our sadhana, when we are taking shelter of Shri Shri Radha Giridhari, when we are chanting the holy names of Krishna very focused, very nicely, considering that, my dear Krishna, you are my only shelter, Vipade Sampade Jivane Marane, whether in good times or bad times, whether in life or in death, you are my only shelter. Then Krishna will reciprocate and we will feel that shelter. We will be very happy in whatever situation we are in. So, so that is a very, very, very important principle. And when we are chanting these holy names of Krishna, we want to be very focused during the chanting. We are not thinking about what somebody said to us previous night, or what emails I got, or what Instagram messages I got, what WhatsApp message I have to respond. Srila Prabhupada, when he was there, he used to tell the disciples to read Krishna book in the night, right, before sleeping, with a hot glass of milk. So I was thinking about it. One of hot glass, no? Glass of hot milk, yeah. Too hot, yeah. So the principle was to remember Krishna, before sleeping, and then when you get up, you are also engrossed in Krishna consciousness. With those thoughts of Krishna consciousness when you get up to chant. I was talking to His Holiness Badrinarayan Swami Maharaj, I think 2 years back. I was asking Maharaj, how can I, I'm so busy with work, I'm not getting any time to hear anything. He said, as soon as you get up, turn on your lecture. So while you're brushing your teeth and you're taking shower and everything, that is like half an hour times span. So in that half an hour, you can hear it. And I actually implemented it, and I felt so good, because when I sit to chant after that, I have that lecture in my consciousness. And my mind is Krishna conscious. So when I chant, I can chant with more emotions, with more depth, with more thoughts. So it was a very, very nice advice by Maharaj. So I'm very grateful to him for that. And so when we are sitting, we have this consciousness, and when we chant the holy names of Krishna, we can actually be submerged into that and focus on each and every mantra, on each and every syllable that we are chanting, and take shelter of Krishna. And that is actual japa, mantra japa. So when the mind is in the mantra and the mantra is in the mind, so that is the true meaning of japa. Not about what problems we are having, what problems others are having, then we are chanting about our problems, not the actual mantra. After we are done, then the whole day is there for us to take care of other businesses, So then we are protected. I was hearing Srila Prabhupada's lecture, and he was saying that Krishna told Arjuna to fight in the battlefield. He didn't say to chant in the battlefield. Right? He didn't say you give up fighting and you just chant. Yeah. See, one side Srila Prabhupada is giving this argument, then when there is fight, you have to fight and not chant. Other side, there is so much stress on chanting. Then we may get confused what actually we have to do. So I was discussing this with Anang Priya, and she said, when you go out for battle, you wear a kavach or a protection, right? A shield. So, even if Arjuna was in the battlefield, he was going out, he was always remembering Krishna also. So, for us in the life also, when there are challenges, there are difficulties, the first thing we do is finish our chanting nicely, chant the holy name, it gives us protection, then we can fight the battle in a much better way. We are protected. So, that kind of answered my question.
When you go into battle,
Yes.
keep chanting.
So this chanting of the holy name goes in parallel with whatever difficulties, challenges or duties or responsibilities that we have. How much ever responsibilities, how much ever busy we are, we'll always have time to, take out time and focus on our sadhana, focus on our chanting, so that we are ready and equipped with to handle all these difficult situations. So yes, that is very, very important. Many times there are difficulties among different. Okay, anyways, I'll take that one later. So. Yes. So, in this purport, I'll just go back to the purport where these two birds are described. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada describes that there are two birds on a tree, and one bird is the Supersoul, which is always monitoring the activities of the other bird, which is the soul. And the soul, represented by the other bird, is enjoying eating the fruits of the tree, and the Supersoul is just observing and monitoring and thinking, when will that bird turn towards me? So similarly, for us in this material world, we are doing so many different things, and Krishna is, Shri Radha Giridhari is waiting for us. When will we turn towards them? And when we're talking of Shri Radha Giridhari, someone who may come for the first time or who doesn't knows about the Pancharatrika Vidhi or Bhagavad Dharma, they may probably think, oh, these are just marble statues, or just, but this is actually Radha Giridhari, these are actually deities, they're actually Krishna. In so many ways, they reciprocate with us, they reciprocate. And Srila Prabhupada has, when he was there, lot of disciples, they mentioned how Srila Prabhupada reciprocated with the deities in so many different ways. Right, when Srila Prabhupada used to actually talk to these deities. So there are so many instances, even in our Rukmini Dwarkadhish temple, there are two instances where I was hearing from the disciples that Srila Prabhupada, I think after the mission was established in the United States, then Srila Prabhupada prayed to Rukmini Dwarkadhish, then what should I do next? Then Rukmini Dwarkadhish really was talking, he said, now you can go and preach in India. So that's how he started more, in India, took his disciples to India, started constructing temples and expanding the preaching in India. So there are so many instances of that. So these deities are not just, ordinary deities. One small reciprocation I had, so maybe I'll just share with you. I think it was last year or something where we were doing this deity dressing for Shri Radha Giridhari in the evening, and it was Saturday night. So I dressed Shri Radha Giridhari and then I went home and slept. At 4:30 in the morning, I get a dream that Leela Shakti Mataji, Bhakt Vatsal Prabhu's wife, right? Leela Shakti Mataji is trying to tell me something, And I didn't knew that she had deity worship next day, because I was pretty new to deity. I didn't know the schedule or anything. She's trying to tell me something in the dream that about Krishna only, something. So I didn't know. So next day, Sunday morning, we came and she was making all these dosas and idli for all the brahmacharis. So I started helping her to serve and, help in bringing everything from kitchen to here. So, and in the end, all of us sat and we started eating after serving everybody. Then we were about to leave, we didn't talk about this. And then when we were about to leave, then I asked her, Mataji, was there something that you wanted to tell me? Then she said yes. And she said, she said that, but I didn't want to tell you because I was feeling that if I tell you, you will feel offended, you will feel bad. I said, no, I got this dream. So you wanted to tell me something, so please tell me what it is.
She was surprised about that she gave you a dream.
Yeah, she was a little surprised. And then she said, I wanted to correct you because last night you dressed Shri Radha Giridhari and you forgot to put the peacock feather on his crown. And I thought that if I'll correct you, you may feel bad because, it will demotivate you from your service. So I said, no, that's okay. So it was a small, reciprocation, whether it was her strong desire, and Krishna wants to tell me, you dress properly. So a small example of Shri Radha Giridhari, reciprocating. And there are other examples also, but some are very confidential, which I cannot probably share. But this is small, which I shared with her, so I can share. So these are not like these are actually Radha Krishna. With that, if we follow, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that if we just do two things, we can go back to Godhead. One is chanting the holy names of the Lord sincerely, and do not criticize anybody. Keeping this principle of Trinadapi Sunichena Taroreva Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtanya Sadahari. And even when we are following this, there would be conflicts, there would be arguments, even among devotees, there would be fractions, there would be difficulties, quarrels. So how to deal with those situations? So one of the principle is, when there is this conflict, then no philosophy will work, right? Then what we do is, we go to the higher authority. We share the problem with them, whoever is the authority, maybe in the temple or wherever. So both groups can go and discuss and resolve the matter, in a Vaishnava way. So that is one idea of resolution, because one group may think, oh, he's trying to be, boss anu, boss. I am trying to be das anu, das. And similarly, you may also think that, I am trying to be das anu, das. He is trying to be boss anu. So both the parties are thinking like that I am the servant, they are trying to become the master. So how will you resolve that? Correct? No philosophy will work there. So we have to reach out to higher authorities. We have seniors, we have GBC, we have other authorities. So we reach out to them and seek help and resolve in a peaceful way, because Srila Prabhupada mentioned that our movement cannot be broken from any outside factor, any external entity. But if there is fractions, if there is quarrels within the movement, then nobody can stop from, breaking us apart. Because internally, just like the biggest pain that somebody can give you is not your enemy. It is someone who loves you very much, right? Because they have the most power to give you pain, because they love you the most. So similarly, even in organizations, I have seen this. I work for cyber security. The biggest attacks that happen from outsiders are there, but even internal employees who work there, they do much bigger attacks, much more harm to the organization. They know the codes, they know the passwords, they know the internals. They can do a big harm, to the organization. So the similar, principles are there. Brahmaji, he's born from the lotus, emerging from the navel of Krishna, Vishnu. And he gave these benedictions to Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, right? And when Narsingdev appeared, he was angry. He said, why do you give these benedictions to them? So, and then even Lord Shiva is there. So there is a story of this. What's his name? Who puts the hand on Lord Shiva? Tries to put hand. Huh? Vrikasura. So there's so many examples of that. So yes, we have to be happy, and we have to be, have the mechanism, a kind of a playbook to resolve all these issues that are there. And there are numerous reasons which can worry us. Our health will be there, loved ones, friends, past, future, so on. So everything in this world is changing. And we want to actually control the environment. We want to become actually Krishna. Aham sarvasya prabho, matta sarvam pravartate. So we want to be the controller, proprietor, enjoyer. But when we understand that Krishna is there, so we understand that we are not the controller, and things will happen their own way. Whatever it has to happen, we can try our best, but ultimately things will always remain out of our control. And to the degree we are attached to the things, there will be worries, there will be attachments, and these attachments will give birth to worries. So there is a nice story. The title of the story is The Treasure Lies Within. There was a very rich man. The treasure lies within. Treasure lies within. So there is a story of a famous bestseller of the West, where a man was told that his father had left great treasure as an inheritance. And the man traveled almost the entire world searching for that treasure, and in the process of searching this treasure, what happened to him? He died. And when he died, he was brought back to his house, and where he started the search. And while digging the grave of that person, guess what? They found the treasure. So it is a simple story, but this is also the story of our lives. We are trying to find the treasure of happiness, but we don't realize that the treasure is within our hearts. If we can't find it within ourselves, we'll not find it anywhere else. So, and we don't find the treasure within our hearts because the heart is covered with the dirt of anger, greed, attachment, illusion, envy. And if we clean this dirt from our consciousness, we will be able to find the ultimate source of our happiness and our aspiration in love, peace and truth. So, so we understand that beyond this mind, the intelligence, yesterday Dojimanu Prabhu was talking about the mind, intelligence, ego, all that hierarchy. So we understand that we are beyond these senses, the mind, the intelligence and the ego. And we are actually the supreme, we are actually the part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. I am the eternal source. Na jayate mrite va kadachin. The soul never dies, neither does it takes birth. So we are the soul. And if we consider the length and breadth of this lifetime of the eternal soul, all these small problems, challenges will just look like petty issues. So we are the part and parcel of Krishna, and we take shelter of Krishna. We are beyond this concoction of these problems or anxieties or challenges that are coming in our life, because none of these things can actually touch the soul. We may have bad experiences, we may have some difficulties, but all these things are very superficial. It can only touch the mind or the body, or we can get hurt or something. But actually the soul is always pure Satchidananda. It is always having the same quality as Krishna, Satchidananda. It is full of knowledge, full of bliss and in Ananda. So soul wants to be in Ananda. And Srila Prabhupada in one of the Bhagavad Gita purport writes that even an old man feels he's very young because of the soul, right? Because soul never gets old. So that is the quality of the soul. So the function of pure soul is to use the body, mind, intelligence, ego, everything in the service for the world and act as an instrument of God. And yoga is the process through which we can reconnect and reunite the soul or Atma to its source, that is Paramatma. This helps one to get out from illusion and reunite with the truth. Does anyone know where the word religion comes from, the Latin word? What is the Latin word for word religion? Religio. What does it mean? Yes. To bind back to one's source. So both yoga and religion actually mean the same thing. So we are binding it back to the source. And ligament. Yeah, to bind. Okay. It binds from one bone to another bone. So Srila Prabhupada is explaining, when one actually becomes a perfect yogi, yoga also means to connect, right? So it's very much like religio and bind back, everything is like interconnected. So Srila Prabhupada is saying, when one actually becomes a perfect yogi, by meditation he can see the Supreme Friend and surrender unto him. This is the beginning of Bhakti Yoga, or actual life in Krishna consciousness. So, by meditation, so this is meditation, whatever we are doing, Srimad Bhagavatam class is a meditation on Krishna. Just coming to the Srimad Bhagavatam class, we are in the safest position. And worshipping the deities, that is meditation. Chanting the holy names, cooking for Krishna is meditation. Book distribution is meditation. Connecting the devotees to Krishna, that is meditation. Taking care of our own health is also meditation. Setting a good example for others, that is also meditation. And all these things, this is the beginning of Bhakti Yoga, or actual life in Krishna consciousness. One of the most important principles that I feel is, yes, we may be doing so many things for so many years, but how exemplary are we? What is our character when nobody is there? What we are actually doing? How Krishna consciousness has actually touched our heart from within, not just externally, but from within. How it has changed us. That is real bhakti. Superficially we may do so many things or tell so many things, but internally, we know it. Krishna knows, because this bird is in the heart. The bird is not outside, it is inside the heart. So the bird knows where we are, whether we are on the surface of the water or we are within the water. And we will be tested many times, and we will know after the test where we are. So all these tests are actually good for us to provide us the results, where we stand. It's like a test, verification. So let us dive deep within Krishna consciousness, take shelter of Shri Shri Radha Girdhari in the mood of the servant of the servant, which Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has told, taking shelter of the holy name, and always chanting the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And Srila Prabhupada says, if you chant the holy name, all the problems will go away. All the birds of difficulties will fly away. So, because, and when Krishna would also, play the flute, then all the cowherd boys and gopis, they would come to Krishna, attracted. So when the bird of our, the soul leaves the body, the goal is to reach to Krishna. And in the Golok Vrindavan, we can hear something like the flute that Dravida Prabhu is playing now.
Oh, here we go. Is it on? Hari Bol. Okay. When I, back in 1970 or so, 71, I had my job. I had a job at a hospital,
Huh.
but I was doing yoga. I would go to in the Amal Bhakta's yoga studio first in New York. He had a yoga studio there. He was Shiva Prem Swami. You didn't know? And then after that, that was a little too east side of New York, Midtown, all middle-aged women and everything. So I went to the west side, and there we had the young guys. You had the cutting edge. So I get wet with that. And then eventually they expanded, and they got something downtown near this was the upper west side. Then they had a new facility near the Village, which is the west side of Manhattan, Lower West Side. And they had a much bigger room for asanas, and they had a nice gift shop, So I remember when there was a painting. It's a famous painting. I think Bhardraj did the painting. But Krishna was smiling. They didn't know yet that they weren't supposed to show the teeth, so you could see the teeth because you see the paintings. He always has that half smile, but this is his smile. And he had a flute, and I was shocked. And I said, "Oh, God plays the flute," because I was playing the flute. I would play on the streets of New York sometimes, So that got me intrigued about Krishna. And then in the same place, I need to get a mantra for meditation, So what mantra? Of course, everyone was getting Om, so I tried Om. I don't know if you ever tried meditating on Om. It's not easy to meditate on. But then the Satchidananda's guru, he was in South Africa for many years. I forgot his name now. But he had an ashram there and a temple, and apparently he had a Akhanda Kirtan of Hare Krishna. And because it was 25 years that he'd had that going, it's probably recordings in the middle of the night, I doubt it. But anyway, it was going on. So he had a whole bunch of people I never heard of writing about the glories of a Hare Krishna mantra. I said, well, maybe that's the mantra I should use to meditate. I started meditating. It wasn't long before I saw a TV show on my parents. I went to watch TV. And it was the devotees from the Brooklyn Temple mostly on this show called the David Susskind Show. It was very big at that time. And there was a bunch of them. There was like 30 or more, and he was going, "What does your name mean? What does your name mean?" And then they would each answer and preach for their name. And the ladies also were doing the whole thing. Then he asked, "Well, what is this? What do you do on the street?" "Oh, we do a little, what we call kirtan." So, "Can you give us a demonstration?" Everybody got up, and the kirtan went on for like 10 minutes, So everybody looked so blissful and effulgent, even in black and white. And so that intrigued me to come to the temple, But I also wanted to give something because you told about a kind of miracle, a little miracle. So this is kind of a miracle. I have a friend in Alatra. He lives in Alatra. And as most of you probably know, if you're at all, there's two big hurricanes hit Florida.
Yeah.
Helene, that was the first one going. And then he said, I said, well, it looks like it's going a little north, so let me see if I can get it. So it actually went north and west and hit the peninsula, and then went into Georgia and North Carolina. A lot of deaths and destruction and everything. But Alatra dodged a bullet. It didn't get damaged.
Oh, I see.
Then, just 2 days ago,
we had
another one, Milton.
Yes, yeah.
And that thing was bearing down. It's number 5 hurricane, 180 miles an hour. And it was going straight for central Florida, which would include Alatra, So anyway, I looked carefully at the path, and I said, well, it's kind of on the edge. Maybe if it would go a little south. So I chanted and said, just move south a little bit, So I called my friend, and they didn't hardly get anything. They didn't even lose power.
Wow.
Yeah, the wind, they had some rain, But then I read in another account that many people in other parts of Florida have taken shelter in Alachua County because it's it was anyway. If there's some disaster coming, just tell me and I'll do my best to alleviate it.
Yes, thank you. Haribol. Any other questions? Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the class.
Thank you, Prabhu.
I have one question, because in Prabhupada's translation, he's saying that self-realized person who has actually seen the truth. So that seeing the truth, I said like, because I thought of that like, I mean like Mother Yasoda like seeing the mouth of Krishna and then like she's seeing that truth. But how can like we see, or yeah, how can we see that truth?
Yeah. So you're saying that when Mother Yashoda was there, she could see Krishna, the truth. But right now, how can we see Krishna, right? So we can see Krishna is here. Yeah. Like Dravida Prabhu says, if you come to Mangal Arati and sing, chant, and then with devotees, if you can chant the holy names, do kirtan, then slowly, yeah, Krishna, you can actually see Krishna. You can, Krishna will reciprocate with you with the way you are surrendering to Krishna. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam stathav bhajamiham. So, and Krishna is here, you can see right now. It's actually Krishna. Don't think that it is not Krishna. But if you want to see Krishna who's actually dancing or playing flute, probably that is your expectation. When Krishna comes in the Kali Yuga, he comes as the holy name. You know, so this chanting of the Mahamantra, if you are very sincerely chanting, then Krishna will actually reveal himself to you based on your desire. Whatever is your desire, Krishna will fulfill it. But we have to go through that process, you know. We cannot order Krishna to, okay, come in front, whatever we want, just do it. We cannot do that. So even for, you know, in order to do a PhD, it takes 6 years, 7 years. So this is a whole process, you know, Bhagavad Dharma and this. If you follow the process, yes. Yeah. Hare Krishna. And you can pray also, yeah, like Dravida Prabhu is saying.
So this is a prayer. I think I shared this once, but it's ever fresh. This is from Rupa Goswami's Leela Chanda, which is in the Veda base. Put it up there years ago, and it's a very, very wonderful summary of Krishna's Vrindavan Leela. And in between each Leela, there are verses that kind of summarize the previous Leela and introduce the next one.
Yeah.
So this one is about the flute. Jagadudhuna madhuri duri namaduna mandadaminda durapa mamatash badhan budantakatun muladi nada sudha duni dunitam. Your flute sends forth a flood of nectar sound, a river where the sweetest sweetness lies. Indeed, no better beverage can be found. Yet even Shri can't drink it, though she tries. O Krishna, kindly hear this desperate plea from one now deep in misery immersed. Please let my ears drink in that melody, so that my heart may slake its burning thirst. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So your thirst will get quenched if you meditate on Krishna. So yeah. Yes, Prabhuji. Bhakt Avatar Prabhu, yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu, for a magnificent class.
Hare Krishna.
One of the things you mentioned was that the very powerful medicine for getting rid of Maya is intensely hearing the pastimes of the Lord. I know I've experienced in my life that when I listen to the recitation of the Chaitanya Charitamrita by Damodar, it just always, puts me in a very safe position where I'm, just, it's like, being within a bubble and I'm protected from Maya.
Yeah.
So I think that whenever there's some devotee that, is having problems with, getting involved with Maya and so forth, instead of like shaming him and say, oh,
exactly.
You should be punished in this way, that
yeah.
should just be recommended that that person just listen for at least a few hours a day to the scriptures, Srimad Bhagavatam,
Perfect.
Chaitanya Charitamrita. Because one great thing about this internet is that it's supplied, like all of Srila Prabhupada's books, you can hear them anywhere. Anytime, any place, under any circumstance.
Yes.
So, devotees should just be recommended to take advantage of that. It's super easy. All you need is a little phone.
Yeah. A very nice thought, Prabhu, yeah. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Yeah. Chaitanya Charitamrita is so beautiful, blissful, it's like it's very sweet. It can relax a tormented mind.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's very, very powerful. Yeah. Thank you for that suggestion. Yes.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, thank you for the class. I also want to make one comment. I heard from Trivikram Swami Maharaj.
Who?
Trivikram Swami.
Yeah.
He said that most safe place in material world is Kirtan. Hare
Kirtan.
Krishna.
Yeah. Chanting Bhagavatam is also Kirtan because it's about Krishna. Kirtan is not just dancing chant. It's also, Bhagavatam is also Kirtan. There are two kinds of Kirtan.
But we should be involved because of if we
Yes, why
only
not?
externally in Kirtan, this is not
We
safe
should be
position.
yeah. We should be involved.
Same like Srimad Bhagavatam.
Correct. No, good point. Yes. So I endorse Vivekchandra Prabhu. He's doing Harinam Sankirtan. He wants everybody to join. Yes. But if you remain enthusiastic, others will join. You just continue yourself. Whoever is available, because there are so many services in the temple also, so maybe those are their priorities. But Hare Krishna.